This Week in Astrology video forecast. This is episode number 76 for the second half of September 2016. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Benjamin Bernstein of astroshaman.com, coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm an astrologer, shamanic healer, and awakening activator, and it's my pleasure to bring you these twice-a-month astrology forecasts. What's new? The third and final late summer eclipse headlines the second half of September. In addition, Mercury and Pluto turn direct, and I interpret the Fall Equinox Chart. Other highlights include a Libra New Moon, 2 T-squares, a month-long asteroid goddess Grand Trine, and more. What's old as we come into the second half of September? We've got a waxing moon, a couple of T-squares, one with the Sun, Mars, and Chiron through the 22nd, another with Venus, Vesta, and Uranus through the 20th. And again, retrograde planets, Mercury through the 22nd, Pluto through the 26th, and longer-term retrogrades from Neptune and Uranus. So, let's now move into our individual days of the forecast. On Friday, September 16th, our third eclipse in less than a month, and the last in this late summer series, happens today, the 16th of September, at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That'll be happening at 24 degrees, 19 minutes Pisces. As with any eclipse, you can take advantage of its opportunities for 6 to 12 months. Like all Pisces full moons, this eclipse invites you to release or adjust as appropriate to empower your divine union practices and inspired creative expression. Focusing on these life-affirming activities will keep this Piscean energy busy in life-affirming ways. This will leave it less energy to bother you on its low side: substance abuse, excessive escapism, playing the victim, or aimless drifting. Let's look at aspects to this eclipse. The big one is a T-square with the Moon, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron. Judged only by the distance between the luminaries and the lunar nodes, about 12.5 degrees, this eclipse is not especially strong, but a no-nonsense 6-planet T-square, shown by the red lines in the graphic, at its heart adds plenty of astrological juju. Chiron's tight conjunction to the Moon, as well as the Sun, Mercury, and North Node being in Virgo, puts a strong emphasis on healing. This theme was also present in the first 2 eclipses, making it especially important in this series. If any symptoms of illness are present, deal with them instead of ignoring them. Better yet, dive down to the spiritual core of the issue, and all disease has one, and pull it out by the roots. My healing invocation may help you with this, as well as the shadow material mentioned next. Your own gifts as a healer can also be energized. To get to my healing invocation, go to astroshaman.com. On the top of the homepage sidebar, there is a purple banner, Heal and Awaken Invocations. You may need to scroll down on a smaller screen device to find that. Once you click it, the healing invocation is the 4th out of 4 posts on that page you'll be taken to. Your shadow material, also a significant theme of the September 1st eclipse, receives major stimulation from Chiron as well as from Mars' tight square to Chiron and the luminaries. Don't be surprised if childhood wounds get triggered, as well as unresolved trauma from past lives. I also know many people who are clearing the shadow material from their family lineage. Some are even being called to process shadow material for complete strangers. One vivid example of clearing for a stranger comes to mind. Perhaps 2 years ago, I was having lunch with some friends. We had all participated in an ayahuasca ceremony the previous night. One of them told a true story about a man, an angry man, who without provocation was randomly accosting people in Asheville businesses. Sometimes he would verbally attack them, sometimes would physically assault them. I'd never heard about this guy before, and to my knowledge had never encountered him. He was definitely not participating in that weekend's ceremonies. That night, in the middle of another ayahuasca ceremony, a seething ball of rage appeared in my field of consciousness. It definitely was not mine, and I intuitively recognized it as the anger entity that had been plaguing the violent man I'd heard about over lunch. Ayahuasca has given me a lot of other people's negative energy to process over the years, but I had never before had to deal with raw anger of such primal intensity. Now, time can be hard to judge in an ayahuasca ceremony, but I'm guessing I spent the better part of an hour transmuting this anger through my body. It actually took 3 rounds, the first where most of the dark energy was transmuted to light. The 2 shorter rounds were mop-up to deal with residual energy. I hope that I was able to transmute this man's rage on his behalf, and that he is no longer assaulting random Ashevilleans. By the way, my experience is far from unique. I've heard many other people talk about being given challenging energies from others to process, both in shamanic ceremonies and daily life. I believe that everything in existence is God, which entertains itself by pretending to be different things and different people. So if you're called upon to process energy for another person, you're really just helping out another part of yourself. However, I don't believe this gives you the right to go meddling in other people's business uninvited. On the soul level, I think it's a disservice to remove another person's suffering before they have learned the lesson it came to teach. But I also believe that a spirit assigns you to help someone, as it did with the anger entity, that it is yours to do. Now, we were talking about this T-square with the Moon, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron before I went off on that tangent, right? Its Moon, Sun, Mars, Chiron core can also take your chironic gifts to the next level. These can include being the healer, mentor, shaman, or awakener. Sun straddling Mercury and Jupiter are also part of this T-square. Both are teacher planets, and ask what adjustments you could make to help get your message out to the world. Are you holding back information that could help others? Let's look at other aspects to this eclipse. A Venus-Moon quincunx asks what adjustments in your relationships or creativity would serve you. And a tight semi-sextile from Uranus rekindles central themes from the August 18th eclipse. Embody your authentic human self, fly your freak flag, follow your intuitive flashes, and have a great time serving the collective with your greatest gifts. This lunar eclipse's Sabian symbol is the purging of the priesthood. Because I just told you an ayahuasca story, I first thought of a type of purging I've done many times in ceremony. But chances are that this symbol has more to do with priests being relieved of their responsibilities. To me, the priesthood could represent the powers that be of any religious institution. Are you viewing some religious authority figure, priest, rabbi, guru, minister, etc., as your gateway to the divine? My experience tells me that you already are what you seek. Spiritual guides and teachers can catalyze your awakening to the divinity already inside you, but the cultivation and deepening of that awareness are your job. My advice, don't believe any religious authority figure who says that you have to go through them to get to God. Purge your priesthood. There are simple techniques, such as my free awakening invocation, that can quickly hook you up to your divine source. The veils between the worlds are getting thinner all the time, and spiritual awakening is much easier than it used to be. By the way, if you want to get to my awakening invocation, that same purple banner I mentioned and that you're seeing on the screen is available. And click it, and when you go to the page of posts, it will be the first post, Invocations for Healing and Awakening. Now, while we're on the subject of the eclipse, I want to mention much more briefly than last time my Eclipse Special, where you can save up to 55% plus get a free quick response chart check. As I just discussed, on September 16, we have the third of 3 eclipses in August and September. Are you concerned about how these eclipses might be affecting you, or do you just want to make the best use of them? Then consider an eclipse-focused astrology consultation. These eclipses light up 33% of your natal chart. Any sensitive points in your chart in these ranges would be strongly affected. And here's those ranges. 21 to 29 degrees fixed. That's anything in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. 0 to 1 degrees mutable. That's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Also in mutable, 4 to 14 degrees and 19 to 29. It's a perfect time to discover exactly how these eclipse energies are affecting your chart and you, and how to make the best use of them. Save up to 55% off my full rates when you do an eclipse focus session by September 30th. This session will be helpful even if you do it after some or all of the eclipses. Eclipse effects, after all, last 6 to 12 months. Rather than offering a specific percentage off, I invite you to use the same sliding scale I always make available. Play anywhere from my full rate of $180 an hour to the low-end rate of $80 an hour. You'll choose the amount at the end of your session based on how helpful it was and how much you can afford. These sessions can cover any topic you like, not just eclipse effects. Shamanic healing and awakening activation can also be included during your session. If you request a quick response chart check, I'll simply list the sensitive points impacted by all 3 eclipses and then say whether I recommend an eclipse-focused consultation. Please only request a chart check if you're actually willing to do an eclipse-based consultation. I will not recommend a session unless the eclipse effects on your chart truly justify it. And you, like all my clients, are always protected by the Astro Shaman guarantee. If you don't feel your session was helpful, it's free. So if you're ready to schedule your session now, you can use my convenient online booking calendar, available when you go to astroshaman.com, or you can email me at info@astroshaman.com with your date, time, and city of birth for your free chart check. Also, please include your name. Well, first and last name, please. I look forward to helping you make the best use of these powerful eclipse energies. Now, continuing with Friday, September 16th, the Venus-Vesta-Uranus T-square that started on September 11th peaks today on the 16th and ends on the 20th. As I wrote on 9/11, this calls for serving a higher cause through creativity or one-on-one relating. Its breakthrough energy can bring change quickly. With Uranus in the mix, be sure to follow your intuitive flashes. On Saturday, September 17th, the potentials of the multi-month Saturn-Neptune square are stimulated once again by a Mercury-Saturn-Neptune T-square. This T-square starts today on the 17th, peaks on September 22, and as Mercury turns direct actually, and it ends on September 25th. As usual, the Saturn-Neptune square energizes law of attraction manifestation, embodied awakening, and the conscious dissolution of what no longer serves you. Mercury's involvement can help you learn more deeply about these things and can energize you to serve others. Mercury is in Virgo, possibly by teaching them about these principles. Also, on Saturday, September 17, the most obvious use of a Mars-Uranus trine, Mars 24 Sagittarius, Uranus 24 Aries, is to take immediate action on your intuitive flashes. With Mars and Sagittarius, you can do this boldly and adventurously. This aspect can also add brilliance to your leadership, genius to your entrepreneurship, and spice to your sexuality. Also, on Saturday, September 17, conscious relationship healing is supported by a Venus-Chiron quincunx, Venus 23 Libra, Chiron 23 Pisces. This aspect also supports relationship mentoring. I'm very excited about the relationship healing tools described in the book Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. I enthusiastically recommend it if you'd like to bring more harmony to all your interpersonal interactions. And the best one is the third and most recent edition. On Sunday, September 18, intuitive flashes are eager to help you in your relationships, creativity, and finances with Venus opposite Uranus. Venus 24 Libra, Uranus 24 Aries. Are you creating enough quiet time in your life to hear these helpful text messages from God? On Monday, September 19, imagine a healthy, flowing relationship in which you and your partner serve a higher cause that brings nurturing to the world. That would be one sweet way to use the Grand Trine formed by Scorpionic Juno, Cancerian Vesta, and Piscean Chiron. It starts today on the 19th of September, peaks on October 2nd, and ends on October 17. You could also fine-tune your relational skills to heal a challenged relationship. Today's two other aspects also have a relational theme. A Venus-Mars sextile, Venus 25 Libra, Mars 25 Sagittarius, can smoothly energize everything that's good in partnership and can boost your creativity. A Pluto-Juno sextile, Pluto 15 Capricorn, Juno 15 Scorpio, can bring positive transformation to committed partnerships all the way through October 16th. On Tuesday, September 20th, a Mercury-Pluto trine, Mercury 15 Virgo, Pluto 15 Capricorn, can help you dive into research, investigation, or detective work, communicate the truth with honesty and precision, bring passion and intensity to your words, and get some serious organizing done. On Wednesday, September 21st, practical inspiration can pop in more easily thanks to a Sun-Saturn quintile. Sun, 29 Virgo, Saturn, 11 Sagittarius. This can be especially helpful in the areas of health and service. On Thursday, September 22nd, the Sun enters Libra today at 10:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, marking the Fall Equinox. As the Sun transits Libra, more energy will be available for relationships and creativity. Now, seasonal astrology charts, such as the Fall Equinox chart you're now looking at, give a sense of the types of energies we'll be working with throughout the next 3 months. I've run this 2016 Fall Equinox chart for September 22, 2016, 10:21 a.m. plus 4 seconds Eastern Daylight Time, Washington, D.C. This is the chart that will include the U.S. presidential election on November 8th. So it's no surprise that Jupiter, ruler of politics, is closely conjunct the Sun. Three planets make the most significant aspects to the personal planets. Most of these aspects are challenging and, regrettably, match the tone of this election with some of their less appealing qualities. Mars is bringing anger and impulsiveness, especially from Donald Trump. Chiron, with squares or oppositions to every personal planet except Venus, is bringing pain and wounding. And Uranus, master of chaos and unpredictability, is keeping us guessing about the final outcome. Now that I've done my due diligence to the election, I turn to my preferred focus, how you can make the most life-affirming use of these energies. From here on, I will ignore the chart's houses. This means that the following will apply to you no matter where in the world you live. Two aspect patterns I discussed earlier in the September 16 to 30 forecast are prominent in the Fall Equinox chart. To hit the highlights, the Mercury, Saturn, Neptune T-square energizes law of attraction manifestation, embodied awakening, and the conscious dissolution of what no longer serves you. The Juno, Vesta, Chiron Grand Trine can support a healthy, flowing relationship in which you and your partner jointly serve a higher cause that brings nurturing to the world. You could also fine-tune your relational skills to heal a challenged relationship. The Fall Equinox chart's Sun-Jupiter conjunction isn't just about politics. It supports larger-than-life living, a sense of questing and adventurousness. It broadcasts joy, euphoria, and celebration. This conjunction can also amplify your interest in religion, philosophy, higher education, and sharing your helpful insights with the world. In my discussion of the election energies, I highlighted negative expressions of the planets that most heavily aspect the chart's personal planets. But we can do better than that, can't we? The Fall Equinox chart's prominent Mars energy can help you more fully embody the energies of the peaceful warrior, pioneer, and sexual being. You can be more entrepreneurial, inventive, and active in helping worthy causes. The intense Chiron aspects can help you more fully embody the energies of the mentor, healer, shaman, or awakener. And the Uranus aspects can help you fly your freak flag, follow your intuitive flashes, and help others with the special talents you most love to use. This Fall Equinox chart is about much more than the election. No matter who ends up in the White House, the life-affirming potentials of these energies are eager for you to embody them. I want to take a moment to mention my EASE program, which is now available by love offering. In case you don't know what that term means, that means by donation. Weekly events are offered via phone or web to help you enjoy more harmony, grace, and flow in your life, eliminate suffering, increase your intuition and synchronicity, stop mental chatter and challenging emotions, live each day in a peaceful, awakened state, enjoy support from kindred spirits on your journey, and much more. The online recording library, now with over 50 MP3s and constantly growing, lets you experience the life-transforming power of ease anytime. It's important to me that anyone be able to participate in EASE, whatever their financial situation. Pay as little or as much as you wish, however often you choose. You can find out about this on astroshaman.com. The easiest way probably is just to go to the home page, look at the top menu, Services, click Services. Third item down is the EASE program. Check it out. Also, on Thursday, September 22, another Mercury retrograde wraps up today as the Winged Messenger turns direct at 1:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That'll be at 15 Virgo. Hopefully, you've gained some insights in the areas of health, service, and organization while Mercury has been backpedaling in Virgo. For optimal results, wait until after the next new moon on September 30th, around 8:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, to kick off your new initiatives in these areas. Finally, on Thursday, September 22, the Mercury-Saturn-Neptune T-square I've already talked about. It started on the 17th, peaks today on the 22nd, and ends on the 25th, peaks today, as I just said. On Friday, September 23rd, now that Mercury has turned direct, it will be repeating some of its recent aspects. Such is the case today as it repeats the Mercury-Pluto trine, this time at 15 Virgo Capricorn, that it made on September 20th. The interpretation remains the same, as this trine can help you dive into research, investigation, or detective work, communicate the truth with honesty and precision, bring passion and intensity to your words, and get some serious organizing done. Also, on Friday, September 23rd, Venus transits Scorpio today through October 18. This can help you make a no-holds-barred dive into the depths of your intimate relationships. The high side possibilities include nakedly honest sharing about your true feelings and needs, as well as ecstatic sacred sex. Scorpionic Venus can also empower uninhibited, taboo-busting creativity. On Saturday, September 24th, your actions can be guided by a flow of intuitive guidance as Mars quintiles Neptune. Mars, 28 Sagittarius, Neptune, 10 Pisces. This quintile also supports sacred sex, as well as exercise and athletics that make conscious use of divine energy. On Sunday, September 25th, you can use a Venus-Pluto quintile, Venus 3 Scorpio, Pluto 15 Capricorn, to deepen your close relationships, empower your creativity, or create more financial abundance. Let the still small voice of your inner wisdom guide you. On Monday, September 26th, Pluto turns direct today at 15 Capricorn. Its retrograde period, which started on April 18th, has been a great time to reflect on the themes of power, surrender, transformation, and release. Pluto's direct station is a good time to start acting on any insights you've gained. Major initiatives, however, as I mentioned a moment ago, are best started under a waxing moon, again, which will be on September 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, planets are most powerful when they change directions. Any sensitive natal point in your chart between 12 and 18 degrees cardinal, in the signs, that is, of Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, will be powerfully affected. I recommend that you release what no longer serves you. The more you surrender to divine guidance, the more powerful you'll become. Also, on Monday, September 26th, your ability to hone yourself into a finely tuned instrument of service can go to the next level with Uranus square Vesta. Uranus, 23 Aries, Vesta, 23 Cancer. This aspect can also take your service to a higher cause to the next level. Also, on Monday, September 26th, I discussed the Sun-Jupiter conjunction here at 4 Libra in my Fall Equinox Chart interpretation on September 22nd. For your convenience, I'm repeating it here. Again, Sun-Jupiter together isn't just about politics. It supports larger-than-life living, a sense of questing and adventurousness. It broadcasts joy, euphoria, and celebration. It can also amplify your interest in religion, philosophy, higher education, and sharing your helpful insights with the world. On Tuesday, September 27th, Mars transits Capricorn today through November 8th. This fires up Energizer Bunny productivity to bless you with enhanced endurance. There are no major astrology events on the 28th or 29th of September. On Friday, September 30th, September's second new moon, the first one on September 1st was a solar eclipse, lines up at 8:11 p.m. and 19 seconds Eastern Daylight Time. That's at 8 degrees 15 minutes Libra. Any Libra new moon is great for new beginnings or a fresh infusion of energy into relationships and creativity. Aspects: Jupiter's conjunction to the luminaries, it's about 4 degrees away, further expands the possibilities for relating and creating. It also rekindles the Jupiterian possibilities I discussed on the 22nd and 26th of September, and I will not repeat those a third time. I think you got those by now. The Saturn-Neptune square also aspects this new moon, although subtly. Saturn makes a sextile to the Sun and Moon, while Neptune makes a quincunx. This once again rekindles my Saturn-Neptune trinity of possibilities: law of attraction manifestation, embodied awakening, and the conscious dissolution of what no longer serves you. Since the aspects from Saturn and Neptune to the luminaries are only of moderate strength, you'll need to bring serious intention to the party to activate their potentials. A wide square from Pluto invites the release of whatever has outworn its usefulness and invites you to surrender more fully into the power of your divine self. But you may need to initiate these effects through your own willpower, since the 7-degree orb of the square is pretty broad. The final aspect, a semi-sextile from Venus, is tight, less than 1 degree of orb, but is only a minor aspect, so it only adds a bit more energy to the themes of relating and creating. The Sabian symbol for this new moon is 3 old masters hanging in a special room in an art gallery. Sometimes they seem to speak to each other. My thanks to Linda Hill's book, 360 Degrees of Wisdom, Chart Your Destiny with the Sabian Oracle, for the inspiration that kick-started this interpretation. The 3 old masters could represent the 3 fundamental aspects of you: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The special room is your individual being. Sometimes they speak to each other, is a good start, but could definitely be improved upon. Wouldn't it be great if these essential aspects of yourself were in constant communication with each other? To have all this taking place in an art gallery shows that these parts of you are being observed by others. It also contains the hopeful idea that a life well lived could itself be considered a work of art. So this Sabian symbol directly ties into this new moon's themes of relationship and creativity. The first relationship is among your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual selves. What new start can you make to bring them into greater harmony and cooperation? The second relationship is between your triune self and others. To what degree could your life be considered a work of art? And what steps can you take now to make that more of a reality? I'll have a preview of what's on our next video in a moment, but first two very brief announcements. I'm going to do Walk-Up Astrology, Shamanic Healing, and Awakening Activation October 21st to 23rd at the Fall Leaf Festival near Asheville, North Carolina. I'll also do a Shamanic Awakening ceremony there on Saturday morning. Come on over if you're at the festival. And here in Asheville, every third Tuesday, I do a Shamanic Awakening meetup. And information on that is in the Practical Spirituality section of astroshaman.com. They're on the home page. And as I record this, that's this next Tuesday. So come on over if you're in the area. And as far as what's on the next video, amazingly, for the first time I can ever remember, there's no lunation. As I mentioned, we're having a lunation right at the end of this period, and the next one doesn't come till the 16th. So no lunar event in the next forecast for the first half of October. We are going to have a peaking Grand Trine with Juno, Vesta, and Chiron. We'll also have a peaking Grand Trine with the Sun, Ceres, and Vesta. And a lot of individual planets event, 9 events with Mercury, 5, 4, and 3 with the Sun, Venus, and Mars, all of them to slower planets, which is pretty amazing. And Juno is going to be aspecting Chiron and Uranus. So I will, as always, be here with what all that means and how you can make the best use of it. So I hope you'll join me on the next forecast video for This Week in Astrology. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my Benjamin Bernstein YouTube channel to be notified when I post new videos. And if you like this video, please share it. This free video forecast is a partner project with iTunes' #1 astrology audio podcast, This Week in Astrology. That's also free. You can get my semi-monthly astrology forecast in writing by subscribing to my free email newsletter at astroshaman.com. Once you're there, you can also link to my Facebook page where I post daily forecasts. My personal services include astrology, shamanic healing, and awakening activation. All are equally effective in person or long distance. My guarantee makes my services risk-free. If you don't feel that your experience was helpful, there's no charge. I also offer other great products and services, many of which are free. To learn more, visit astroshaman.com. Thank you again for watching. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.